Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tess.
Good morning, DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy.
Good morning.
Peace, Ted.
Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the Michigan primaries last night.
Oh, man, big deal last night. So Republicans and Democrats ran a primary last night. But the main story is, and we know we expected Trump to win. Nikki Haley was not successful in yesterday's primary, but she says she is staying in until Super Tuesday, which is March 5th, by the way. But Biden also won his primary. But the main thing that happened last night was the no commitment vote. So when you look at the fact that 100,000 people showed up yesterday to vote uncommitted against Joe Biden, that is a real problem on their hands for Democrats. Now, we talked a little bit about this on yesterday on what no commitment means. And so Representative Andy Levine, who is a part of that movement, said that this was historic, this has never happened before. Now, the movement will continue to various states until there is a ceasefire. Again, they are supported by another organization, 501c4, PAC, called Arab Americans for Progress, who's supporting this movement. And just to, before I toss it to you, so people can understand numbers, in 2016, Bernie Sanders beat Hillary Clinton by only 18,000 votes in Michigan. In the general election, Trump beat Hillary Clinton in Michigan by just a little bit of 10,000 votes. So it doesn't take a lot to lose a state. So when 100,000 people are showing up to say, no, we want to do something different, it's a real concern.
Yeah, I wonder what those uncommitted votes will mean in a general election, though, because it's hard for me to believe that those folks who voted uncommitted are going to sit out in November when it's just Biden versus Trump. I just don't see it.
It's not hard for me to believe. I mean, I worked on Michigan during 2016, and when I look at the different dynamics that are happening with the students who are upset about debt relief, when you look at the unions who are on strike multiple times, when you look at the Muslim community, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take 100,000 people to sit out. It could take 10,000 to shift this. It could take 5,000. And remember, they have to go back and earn the vote of these 100,000 and then some. So it requires work. It also is going to require more work on the Biden campaign to put more money and invest more in Michigan, which means it takes away from another state. So it's a real threat. Just because Rashida Tlaib says she's going to be on board with Biden in November doesn't mean she speaks for all of those 100,000 people.
Yeah, but they're sitting out because of what's happening in Israel and Gaza. What do they think? Trump? Do they think Trump is going to be better?
No, they don't.
No,
exactly.
They don't, and they've said that they don't care about that. What they care about is trying to get a result right now. So it's not an issue of a lesser evil with them. It is they gave Biden their vote in the last election. They're demanding something from him now. They want him to take action. They organized a PAC. They put money behind it, actually on the ground, and they're doing the work. And so this is why what you mentioned yesterday, Charlamagne, is important. You know, folks want to write think pieces about what you're saying and Killer Mike is saying. They need to be worried about these organizations that are literally putting money on the ground to say, hey, don't vote. So while people are ignoring that, this is what was happening. And just to mention some other states, Idaho, Montana, Colorado, Massachusetts, Ohio, it's about 15 other states that you can also vote no commitment in, and they'll be organizing there as well. So this will not just be 100,000 people if there's not a ceasefire.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely believe it's something the Biden administration should be concerned about, and they should definitely pay attention to those individuals' feelings. But once again, I don't see them sitting out in November if it's a threat of Donald Trump getting back in the White House.
All right. Well, that is front page news. They say Nikki Haley spent over $35 million on her campaign. That's a lot of money. How much more is she gonna spend?
I mean, she's raising a lot of money, too. I don't think it's a problem with Nikki Haley staying in the race, simply because, it's helping to raise her profile, and she's raising money. And people are going out there and voting for her. I don't know if they're voting for her or voting against Trump, but she is getting, a good percentage of the vote.
Yeah, let me give you that number right quick. She did 295,000 people, 27%. Trump won by 756,000, 68%. Okay. So, again, message campaigns, they do matter.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Whatever's going on in your life, in your world, whatever you just need to discuss something, you need to get things off your chest, call us right now. Phone lines are wide open. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy?
Peace.
Hi, babe. How are you?
Good.
Well, let's jump right down to Fulton County.
I do not have knowledge of it starting or when it started.
On the stand for the second time this month, Terrence Bradley deemed a potential star witness for Donald Trump and his co-defendants as Wade's former divorce attorney. Bradley confronted with text messages today he sent suggesting the relationship began before Willis hired Wade to lead the Trump case. But on the stand today,
I was speculating.
He tried to walk that back.
When did you first get knowledge of their relationship?
I've said over again that I didn't have any personal information where I could personally say when it started.
Yeah, the attorney was really frustrated. She even talked about how he kept looking for cues at the other attorney's table. Let's listen to that.
And Judge, I just want for the record, because sometimes the record doesn't reflect where people are looking, and that when I ask a question, Mr. Bradley is looking at Mr. Wade and his lawyer to wait for them to object, and they're clearly interacting somehow in the court. So I just want the record to reflect that, because it wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah, but I thought that's what you're supposed to do in court. I thought that if they ask you a question that you don't feel comfortable with, you look at your lawyer to see if it's okay to answer, right? That's what your lawyer's there for?
The thing is, no, he was supposed to be there for them. He was supposed to be their star witness.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's missing in this whole thing, and it shouldn't be because it's the headline, but the ex-part, like he once texted that they absolutely had started dating before he was hired. He said this already in text messages. That's what he was being pressed about on the stand.
Right.
Right. And texted to her. So again, he was supposed to be, hey, this is our star witness. This is what they call the loaded gun. This is going to be the one that's going to come in and confirm the dates. And he got up there and totally flipped. So the attorney that you just heard talking was very frustrated. She kept saying, but didn't you text me and tell me this and tell me that? And, you know, so he just totally flipped. And here's the recap or the remix, I would say, of him saying, I don't recall, that they put together online. Take a listen.
Fani Willis and Nathan Wade were in a romantic relationship, correct?
Correct.
It began at the time that they were both municipal court judges, correct?
I do not have knowledge of it starting or when it started. I don't recall any specific dates.
It's a simple question, Mr. Bradley. You're a lawyer. Did you lie to Miss Merchant when you told her facts about Mr. Wade and Miss Willis's relationship?
Not that I recall.
You never said to her that I don't remember or that I'm speculating, correct?
I don't recall. I don't recall if I ever said I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't recall. I can't recall whether or not I'm telling you, I did not recall any specific date that he flat out said anything about a relationship with Miss Willis.
You know you done effed up, right?
I don't recall.
So I don't recall us coming to Tubi next year. This was that. You got to watch how he was squinting his eyes and was really trying to recall, and he couldn't recall. So yeah, in simple terms, those lawyers were pissed because again, he was supposed to be helping them out, and that was not what happened yesterday. He didn't recall anything at all.
Yeah, it's sad, right? Because when you take these kind of shots at a big fish like Trump, you just got to make sure you clean. Sadly, Fani is black and she's a woman. She don't have the complexion for the protection. She can't get away with what Trump can get away with. We live in a world where someone with 91 criminal charges can run for president, but Fani can't be on this case because, she was in a relationship with Nathan Wade. Like, they are definitely going to remove Fani Willis from this case. And I wonder why she just didn't step down a while ago. It's not like the case wouldn't have still went on.
Right.
All right, and then lastly,
why go through all of this?
But the main problem is if they keep her on the case, remember this still has to go in front of a jury. So the jury's going to have to decide. A Georgia jury, if it also make sure keep that in mind, has to decide. Was there anything that influenced this case? So a lot of folks say just remove yourself, take the ego out of it, and just remove yourself so that the case can still go on without you being a topic, in the conversation, basically.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's jump to Wendy's right fast.
Yeah, I thought about this because I know you guys had a conversation on who had the best fries, Wendy's, but this falls in inflation. So we can see how inflation affects us in real time. Now, if $18 wasn't enough to pay for a Big Mac and $7 wasn't enough to pay for a McMuffin, Wendy said they're going to need some of that too. Let's take a listen.
The latest Baconator isn't the only new item hitting Wendy's menu. The fast food giant planning to test out dynamic pricing as early as 2025. It's a practice that charges different prices for the same items based on demand throughout the day. For example, a cheeseburger and fries could cost you more during the lunch rush than during a down period.
I would never expected a fast food restaurant to do that.
On a call with investors, Wendy's CEO Kirk Tanner says his company will invest $20 million on digital menu boards, allowing customers to see the updated prices.
Beginning as early as 2025, we will begin testing more enhanced features like dynamic pricing and day-part offerings, along with AI-enabled menu changes and suggestive selling.
Fast food restaurants already dealing with blowback on soaring.
That's so crazy. Fast food restaurants would make more money if they had like a menu that was actually a value menu. Like if they acknowledge that inflation is super high and they know it costs, to buy things everywhere else. If they had an actual value menu that saved people money instead of costing them money, they'd make a lot more money, I would think.
It seems stupid they want to do surge pricing because I think most people buy fast food when they're actually in rush hour, right? So they're trying to make more money during that time, but people buy it because it's cheaper and they say, I'm stuck in traffic. But now people are going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to wait the extra 20 minutes and wait till I get home because this is too much money. That's
exactly it. And let me give you the number to support that. 37% of consumers said they will absolutely order less, that they will not be, going along with this. Remember, they're trying to take Uber's lead. Oh, let's just do surge pricing. But actually, some people might want to call this predatory. We talk about predatory lending. This is predatory. Like if somebody's on their way home and they got kids and they're trying to get something started, and now you're charging them 3-4 times as much. No.
That's crazy.
So I thought it was good.
They better off doing surge pricing later in the night, like on weekends when people be high.
After the cool.
Like after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, when folks be high and they got the munchies, they'll pay about anything. They ain't gonna leave the house.
I need y'all to explain this to my son because he don't care when he ordered Chick-fil-A and all that stuff. He don't care that one meal is $30.
Damn.
I'll be like, Ash, you're broke. Why are you doing this?
But you're not, mama.
Right. Jesus.
That's exactly it. This is a real thing, though, guys. Like how it's going to affect, like you said, Jess, your son eats Wendy's. We had Wendy's yesterday. I love Parmesan salad, by the way. But who wants to pay, $10, $20 for something that was normally $6 or $7? It's a real thing, guys. And other fast food companies may take on to this and do it as well.
There is going to be a positive effect, though.
What?
It's going to help to unbig a lot of backs for the spring and the summer. Okay, so just nobody got time to be spending extra money on fast food. Baconator is just giving you a whole lot of extravagant back, and you don't need that this spring and summer.
They said luxury.
Okay? Luxury, extravagant, premium
backs.
Whatever you want to call it. This is going to help to unbig those backs for the spring and the summer.
All right. Well, that is front page news.
Doubling down on the big back brigade.
That's right. And make sure you follow at Tesla and Figaro on all social media platforms and subscribe to at Tesla and Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
You will throw that V in that word no matter what. Subscribe. Oh, my God.
My goodness.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.